And like at least 50% is still because of energy, like how much time editing takes. And
Yeah.
when my friend and I set this up, we wanted to investigate play and like different forms of play. And I get this why the game as well, that word play and social play is a lot of fun as well. And if we're going to do a play-based podcast, we wanted to leave every single one of our errors in there. Like we couldn't, which for me, sometimes listening back is, because I like excellence. I like high quality everything. And so now I have to leave things that I don't think are high quality. I have to leave them in there. Like that little clink of my cup being set down, things like that, just getting stuff wrong, but having the courage to leave them in there now and go, this is what playing looks like. There's going to be a lot of mistakes. There's going to be times where it's awkward. You're going to have pauses that nobody quite knows what to do with. We don't always understand where the conversation begins and ends, but we want to be true and authentic in order to leave it out there and just go,
Right.
Have at it.
Yeah. I hear you. I agree. I don't edit any of that kind of stuff out. If there's a clink of a coffee cup or I touch the microphone, whatever, I don't edit that stuff out. The only stuff that I really edit out is like when there's a true interruption, like, oh, hold on, the kid just woke up. I got to go change
like
their
when
diaper.
the mailman comes and knocks at the door. And
okay.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Something like that. That'll get clipped out. But for the most part,
what do you think then of? I had this conversation a week ago with a guy that came from a sound engineering background. Certainly, especially in the early days of podcasting, I listened to a lot of podcasts that I'd never listen to again because of the sound quality was so poor. So it was almost invasive and interrupting. That I'm pretty sure they got together in a Coke can and recorded on their iPhone. But I'm also finding now that I've started to do my own podcast, a polished sound also sounds a little bit intrusive and almost gets in the way of the conversation.
Interesting. I think that the things that I've tended to learn is that for the most part, generally speaking, the host of the podcast needs to sound clear. Like their audio equipment ought to sound at least close to, if not better than the guests, right? So like you and I both have decent microphones. Cool. We both obviously host podcasts, and so that quality matters. But I wouldn't ask a guest to be like, oh, hey, I need you to have this equipment in order to be on my podcast. Like, I'm not going to do that. If you want to, if the best you can do is on your phone, we'll roll with it.
Wouldn't that be fun though? Like, tell a guest, can you just pop out and buy a $500 Rode microphone and just a little mixer?
Right. Or for your podcast to be so successful that like you have a recording studio and you just fly everybody in and you record in the recording studio with you.
Yeah, that's the dream, right?
That would be wild.
Maybe we can you and I can share a studio, but we just have to make it centrally located. So we'd have to fly to Hawaii to do episodes. I don't know about you, but I'm down for that.
All right.
I can do that. I'll take the hit for the team.
Yep. That would be fun. Rosalie wants to go to Hawaii all the time, so she won't be disappointed about that.